Welcome back to another edition of the Shreveport Connection. I guess you might have already known that. Okay, this episode again is promised superstars and tough enough results. Raw brand superstars. Spoilers for this Thursday being 5/17. And the superstars matches were Santino Marella and Vladimir Kozlov defeating Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. Santino used the Cobra for the huge pop. Drew McIntyre defeated Evan Bourne in a very good match. Alright, WWE changes the bragging rights pay-per-view as it will be no more. And it is advertised as October 23rd, set for San Antonio, the place of where Raw was held tonight. And it is now called WWE Uprising. Happy birthday goes out to Charles, the Godfather Wright, who turned 50 years old today, and Farouk Ron Simmons, who turned 53. NXT Season 3 contestant AJ is on the road with the SmackDown brand this week. She worked last night's SmackDown Live event in Lake Charles, Louisiana, teaming with Natalya in a match against Rosa Mendez and Alicia Fox. Natalya made Mendez submit to the sharpshooter. Furthermore, AJ donned pink and black attire like Natalya. And this bout match marked the first ring appearance since Alicia Fox suffered her shoulder injury at the May 3rd SmackDown taping. And on with more WWE news before I go to Tough Enough. Former WWE diva Jillian Hall was scheduled to make her return to the ring at this past Friday's FWE show in Brooklyn, New York, but backed out of the booking due to personal reasons, reported by Diva Dirt. Okay, a message aired from Jillian at the start of the show where she apologized for not being there, but began to sing a Britney Spears song. TNA Knockout winner, who was scheduled to face Jillian Hall, came out to face Jillian's replacement, TNA's Rosita. Christy Hemme ended up being the special referee as winner defeated Rosita. Okay, during recent discussions to use managers in WWE, officials also discussed using Arn Anderson as a manager, in addition to Michael Hayes, who is now managing Tyson Kidd. No word yet on who Arn Anderson might be managing if they decide to use him in that role. WWE officials have plans to promote numerous developmental wrestlers to their main rosters in the ensuing weeks. However, the only talent confirmed to be called up to the main roster at this time is NXT Season 3 contestant Maxine. She is scheduled to debut on the SmackDown brand at tomorrow night's TV taping. In Corpus Christi, Texas, Maxine's real name, who's Carly Leilani Perez, has been in WWE developmental system since June of 2009, generally utilized in a speaking managing capacity in Florida Championship Wrestling as opposed to wrestling. She currently reigns as the general manager of SCW and manages Lucky Cannon. Okay, months ago, WWE planned to cut ties with a number of the main roster performers after WrestleMania, then calling up developmental talent to fill the undercard of the main rosters, with the idea that they could cut costs by using lower-priced talent. There were rumblings late last week that the process would be starting shortly. Okay, Stan said there was a fan that said a word that was actually 39 minutes and 11 seconds of in-ring action on this past Friday's SmackDown, up from the previous week of 34 minutes and 21 seconds. WWE sent SmackDown diva Alicia Fox to Texas this past week to represent them at the Time Warner Cable's upfront presentations. So that's where she was prior to her returning this weekend. Former WWE superstar MVP became the first ever New Japan Pro Wrestling Intercontinental Champion yesterday in Philadelphia as new NJPW finished its East Coast Invasion Tour. MVP defeated Toru Yano in the tournament finals. Every Friday for the next 2 weeks at WWE Games on Twitter, we'll release a mysterious anagram that is designed to give fans hints about a new WWE video game before it's even announced. If fans can figure out the anagram and tweet it at WWE Games with the hashtag pound WWE Games, they become eligible to win WWE prizes. The first anagram released this past Friday was, quote, "Oh, singing Mecca," unquote. No word yet on the new video game that's currently in development, but they give the impression that it's something different than other SmackDown vs. Raw games. And they've already posted pictures of the new SmackDown vs. Raw 2012. I believe I posted it on my MySpace page. Okay, John Morrison met a 13-year-old fan of his from the Kids Wish Network before WWE Extreme Rules pay-per-view a few weeks back. This was the first time that Morrison had ever been requested by a kid getting a wish granted. Sin Cara also recently granted his first wish as a WWE superstar, as he met a fan from the Make-A-Wish Foundation at a recent WWE event in Orlando, Florida. Cara spoke with a fan through a translator and told WWE.com the following, quote, "I love being with the public. I feel that it's my duty to give back to them. I'm very proud and honored that a child would make a wish to meet me," unquote. And now for your Tough Enough report. May 16th, 2011. We kick off the show with AJ arriving alone in the house. AJ says he is in no way feels redeemed for not being eliminated, and that he still had to prove himself to Stone Cold and the other trainers. AJ says he's happy now, but it's going to be a long day tomorrow. Fast forward. Christina is outside the house doing yoga with Trish Stratus. Trish says that she's the last girl in the house, and she thinks maybe she needed some girl time. Trish and Christina are talking about how far she's come, and that she's outlasted all the other girls, and just some friendly encouragement from Trish to Christina. Now we're watching everyone come to the ring area for a daily training. Bill makes fun of Martin's boots, and then tells Christina he's proud of how far she's made it, and tells her to make him even more proud. So Cold enters, still waiting to hear glass shattering whenever he enters. Well, it didn't happen. And then tells them all that they will be practicing some moves today, and Booker says it looks like AJ looks like he's just going through the motions, and Bill tells Jeremiah to knock off the MMA crap. Everyone else seems to be doing fine, though Jeremiah seemed unhappy that he didn't impress the judges at all. And back from they went to commercial at that point, and now they're back practicing. They are practicing getting thrown over the top rope. Stone Cold says they all look like trash blowing in the wind, and they need to do better. Booker gives a pretty funny yet good example. AJ threw someone over the rope and couldn't catch who it was, and they got their wrist caught in the rope, but they didn't think anything came of it. Andy working with Luke, on the other hand, not so much. Andy accidentally hit Luke in the nose, then threw him way too hard over the rope, and Luke had a bad landing. It looked like a lot worse than it was, though, but it definitely gave Andy some bad rep. After the exercise, Bill and Booker state their disappointment in AJ, Andy, and Jeremiah, and they cut back to the house. Andy is on the phone with his wife as he watches some home videos of his kid being a toddler. I guess the first time he started walking, well, you know how toddlers are, they barely walk. Well, he was tough enough to make it through. Okay. He says he knows he had an off day today, but he'll make up for it. Then the Divas enter. Sigh. Quite a few of them. And it's 4 of the least talented divas in the WWE other than Kelly. Okay, the others were Eve and the Bella Twins. They couldn't send in Gail or Beth or something. Anyway, they're just having casual talk with the guys, and Christina is really excited about it and looks to seek advice from the Divas' perspective. Kelly states that she really likes Christina, and there's my puppy dog. Dog comes in and has a seat unannounced. Okay, I lost my spot since I did all that. Okay, Christina is really excited about this and looks to seek advice from the Divas' perspective. Kelly states that she really likes Christina, while Luke notes that, unlike Andy, who mockingly says he made a promise to his wife that he's not drinking, well, they're all drinking champagne. And Andy's not drinking. He's going to travel the roads living life like a rock star. Jeremiah is asking the Bellas to smack him in the face, and Luke joins in too. Then those two end up smacking each other around. That was hilarious. Up next, the contestants are playing with the All-Stars video game. Great game if you've tried it. According to the report here, well, I didn't like it because it's too cartoonish. Stone Cold introduces the contestants to one of the guys who worked on the All-Stars game. This week's Life Skills Challenge is about developing character. So they have to build their character into their video game personality. Stone Cold said when he first came into WWE, he was a ringmaster. After 6 months of doing that, he got tired of it and he was done with that crap. Then he turned into the Stone Cold Steve Austin persona. Contestants are using Create a Wrestler mode. After that, they are facing off against each other. AJ's call was named Jackson Crash, which also seemed to kind of like. AJ said he remembered that what Stone Cold said about needing to be creative, so he made a persona he thought was creative. There's a couple one-on-one matches going on. Found it interesting that in the game, on the segment of Tough Enough, the crowd chants, "Kick his ass." Yet in the game, that does the report saying that they own and play, they never hear that. Anyways, they all finish up, and Stone Cold says to prepare for the skills challenge up next. Okay. And the winner of the game persona was Luke, by the way. Back from commercial, everyone is back in training at night. They are doing some basic stuff at first, but Christina knows that she has been getting a lot of praise lately. AJ gets criticized by both Booker and Bill, the latter of whom says it's become clear to him that AJ is the weakest link. They are all doing quick pins, one after another. And then Martin's ankle pops out of place, and he gets a check by the trainer. Bill asks how he is, and he assures him that he will be fine. However, when the trainer asks him to try and talk, and Martin can barely even stand on it, should he try and get up and walk? Well, of course, when you sprain your ankle, you can hardly walk on it. Well, Bill and Booker tell him to go get some ice on it. It's clear that they believe he's hurt. And they also believe he has what it takes. But Martin rides to the hospital and he is limping his way in. Then he cut the commercial. After the commercial, and everyone is at the house just waking up. Today is a skills challenge, and everyone is wondering if Martin is okay. While everyone is working out, Martin finally arrives in the area in a scene that literally is still giving chills. He's in crutches. But he's the best talented guy that's on the show. Well, he got injured. And guess what? He's gone from the competition. And he tells them that the reason all the other belts were on the wall. Okay, well, I messed up some. He's wearing his belt. He tells Stone Cold that his ankle is fractured and that his doctor won't allow him to continue. It bothers him a lot to see him go. He was very clearly passionate and was clearly one of, if not the top dog. Stone Cold calls him to the office. They have a quick meeting and they come back out. They chat about coming back from injuries and becoming successful in the business. He tells them that the reason all the other belts were on the wall is because he put them there. Well, this is a special occasion because he's not taking the belt from him. He's letting the dude put it on the wall himself. Those eliminated contestants weren't tough enough because he's got to do that to Martin. He's going to let him hang his own belt on the wall because he believes he is tough enough. Bill, Booker, and Trish say goodbye, as well as the remaining contestants. Martin says he will wait until he's 100%, and then he will come back and make it in the business. A sad moment, and they cut the commercial. They're back for commercials. Trainers tell the contestants that they're getting to the home stretch, and that is the most basic things can cause injuries. It's time for the skills challenge. Bill explains the challenge, and they will have 2 minutes to show what they got from all the previous weeks. Booker tells them that the way that they have to use one move for the top rope. AJ and Christina go at it first, hits a double sledge to the head, and Christina hurts herself. Bill and Booker say that they thought it would be a crossbody, and they blamed AJ. AJ says that he feels like a bad dream, and it turned into a nightmare. And he doesn't want to see her have to go out that way. Trish said it's a scary moment to see Christina in that much pain. Luke comments, another one bites the dust. Luke says that he didn't take any pleasure in hearing her scream, but it's one fewer person that he has to deal with. Austin tells him that there will be no elimination tonight because it looks like they're going to have another elimination. And that injure results for Tough Enough and Superstars, because I only seen one elimination, as they might begin the elimination for the next week's show. And on next week's show, the star is none other than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.